I just bought all these books, so let's do a haul. Honestly, I treated myself because I went through wisdom teeth surgery, I turned 21, and I felt like I needed some books. And a lot of these books are books that I've been eyeing for so long that I wanted to have, and just books that I really loved and want to add to my bookshelf and to have in my collection. So I'm so excited. So the first book I'm going to start with is The Stolen Kingdom by Bethany Atazadeh, and she is a great author tuber. Love watching her. So I read this book in February and I really loved it. I want to continue the series. The series is called The Stolen Kingdom, and this is an Aladdin retelling. It was so cool. I have never read an Aladdin like inspired retelling before, but oh my gosh, it was so fun. The ending had me on the edge of my seat, and there was so much plot twist. And this, we're following our main girl, Ari, and she's like the princess of this kingdom. And it's kind of very similar to the Aladdin story, but she ends up joining like this band of thieves, and that's the Aladdin character. So we kind of get two different point of views, but it was such a fun time. And I was like, I need to have this on my shelf. A lot of these books, I never say if these books are like indie published or whatever, but this book is an indie published book. And I love that because I'm writing my book and my book is also going to be in that indie fantasy sphere. So the first book is The Stolen Kingdom, and look at how pretty. Like, look at all those. So I want to read the rest of this. I think I will get around to the Ginny Key, which is the second book, in May, hopefully. Love it. If you watched my spring recommendation video that I just did, this is one of the books that I recommend in that video, and I'm so happy. This is a part of the An Awfully Big Adventure duology by Shauna Woodland. It's loosely based on Peter Pan, and it takes place in the 1900s. It's very like Victorian days, and we're following our main character, Molly. And it's just such a heartwarming little cozy series. There's a lot of drama and stuff that happens in this, but it feels like watching a cozy period drama. So if y'all like that, you would love this book. Look at how pretty this fine. I love being able to like have the physical book of a book that I really loved. I gave this one like 4.5 stars. So it was really good. And then I gave the second book, which I will get. So here's the second book, Here Dreaming Though Wide Awake, and this one was a 4.75. Honestly, I give it 5 stars, but it was more close to a 4.75 just because at the beginning of certain things. But once I got really into it, I was like, yeah, so good. The way that these two books tie together, there's a love triangle as well. There's like friends to lovers, you have enemies to lovers, and then there's a love triangle. So if that sounds cool to you, you probably really like this, but I love this. So that's why I wanted these. Like, I needed to have these on my shelves. And let's see it, take a moment to appreciate this one. This is so cute. The next book I got is another historical Regency book. It's The Heart of War by Olivia Snow, which I was fortunate enough to have ARC read for the author. I'm so excited to have this in my hands. This is such a good Regency romance. I gave this 4.5 stars. Basically, she is like the diamond of the season. If you know like Regency period dramas, then you know all about that. And she's trying to secure a husband because her father is basically gonna lose the house, and there's this whole thing. So it's up to her to find a match before the season ends, as is every Regency book. But this one was amazing. The storylines also with the other characters, there's Miss Sweetie, which is her chaperone, was so good. And Edmund over here, he was amazing. He was so good. And I loved how the story wrapped up and how everything came together in such a beautiful way. The banter between them was also really good. So if y'all like little enemies to lovers, if you like the sunshine male with the black cat female, you'll like this. You'll really like this. Definitely go check this one out. Another book, which is a 5-star that I gave last fall, is The Litter Tree by Rachel Fordham. This was honestly such a beautiful story. It's like Romeo and Juliet meets You've Got Mail in the 1920s. It's a beautiful romance story, and I love it. I love Rachel Fordham's writing. I love her other book, Beyond Ivy Walls. So I was like, you know what? I need to have this and add it to my shelves. This story follows Isaac and Laura. This story is the epitome of forbidden love. There's also a little hint of mystery, figuring out why their families kind of split apart. And also there's letters in this. It's kind of like hence the you've got mail aspect, but they secretly write letters to each other and they don't know it. So sign me up. This is just a beautiful, sweet, wholesome love story. So if you're in the mood to read a really good, sweet romance. Okay, the next one is actually one that I'm reading right now. So that is A Bride of Fallen Stars by Victoria Maccombs. And I have my little bookmark in here. If y'all remember from the fall when I was reading Cities of Smoke and Starlight, this is the same bookmark, and I feel like every time this bookmark is in a book, I'm gonna give it a 5-star. I took a chance with this one because I had read about 20% of this book on my Kindle app on my phone, and I was like, you know what, let me just buy this one too, because I've been hearing so many people say that they love it, 5 stars, so I'm like, you know what, I'm gonna regret not being able to read the physical copy if I end up loving it, so I just went ahead and bought it. I'm really excited. So this one is about 2 twin sisters who are stars in the sky, which is such a cool concept, by the way. Like, that is so cool for a fantasy book. They both have to take over, and one controls like the day, one controls the night. And so basically one of the sisters is like, I don't want you working with me anymore. And she basically boots her out. And then the sister falls down to the mortal realm and the king finds her, and there's this whole thing where they have to kind of make it look like they are going to be each other's betrothed, basically. So she's no longer a part of the sky. She's kind of like a fallen star, if you will. And when she falls in this mortal realm, there's also this 14 nights kind of like festival going on. And basically everyone thinks that they are supposed to get married to each other and that they're betrothed. So I think that they're gonna have to act like they are in love. But the king was in love with her twin sister. So there's that, there's the tea. Because there's also this other thing, there's like some beast or something that's kind of gonna unleash at the end of this 14-day festival. Our girl Cora needs to stop that from happening. So I'm excited. I think I'm probably really gonna love this, and definitely it might be a 5-star. You never know. Okay, the next book is a novella, and this is Guardian's Oath by Bridget Cromie. I give this one 5 stars. This one is really good though, because this is like the Princess and Knight story. If you have been looking for a story like that, you should pick this one up because it's short, it's sweet, such a good novella. I haven't read too many novellas, but this one's so good. Following Taliana and Gavin, and she is a princess. Gavin is her guardian, or in this world they're called guardians, but he's like her knight that's sent to protect her. And there's just so much more, but honestly, that's all you should know. It's like a Disney movie. It feels like a Disney movie, but there's some high stakes. But it's so cozy and feels like a fairy tale. Honestly, I love fantasy books that make me feel like I'm either watching or reading a Disney movie but make it fairy tale and whimsy, or Barbie movie. I am working on trying to find and collect some books to recommend for movies. So stay tuned for that. If you have seen my favorite books that I read in 2025, this is one of the 5 stars that I gave last year. It is Miss Newbury's List by Megan Walker. I love this one so much. This was a Regency romance. Honestly, if you love Jane Austen, if you love anything having to do with period dramas, again, this would be such a good book to read. Charlie, the main male character in this, he is so good. He's amazing. One of the best male main characters that I think I've read. I love him so much, besides Kay Shackley, of course, from the Gay Chronicles. If you know, you know. Basically, Rosalind Newbury, she wants to do 10 things before she gets married to this guy that she doesn't even know. She doesn't like. Ropes her best friend and the best friend's cousin, which is Charlie, into helping her completing those lists and tasks and things. And it's so fun. It's such a good summer book to read, and I'm so glad that I got to read it last year in the summer. It was so good because I had just finished reading Miss Lattimore's Letter, and I was like, I need to read another Regency book because that book was 5 stars, and then I read this one after that, and I gave this one 5 stars, and it literally helped. It helped me from not getting into a reading slump because I love Regency. I think y'all should definitely put this one on your TBR at some point. Read it. Y'all will thank me later. It's so good. So there you go. That is my haul of all the books that I bought. And this is like a nice little spring book haul, honestly. So I'm so excited. Definitely comment if you have read any of these books or if you're going to put these books on your TBR, which you totally should because they're amazing. And we should definitely stay connected on my social medias. I have my Fable, Goodreads, Instagram, everything linked in the description for you so we can become besties over there. If you want some more book recommendations, I have my spring book recommendation video where I share no spice books and my TBR, so you should definitely go watch that next.